welcome to another episode of Roots and Narratives with me, Rida Alwan.
And me, Naba Al Madani.
As you well know, Naba has been off for the last 3 episodes due to her father passing away, and we offer our condolences to her and her family. It's been a very long grieving process, and we totally understand why you had to step out. Truly excited to have you back on.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Yes.
It's been a process. It's been a journey. It's been a difficult one, but I think I'd like to start by saying thank you to everybody, all the team. Special thank you to Hawra Al Milani for stepping in for me. She's been a gem.
Absolutely.
An absolute gem. And she's, even behind the scenes, I think she's been my rock. She's offered a lot of support. She's been there for me, and I'm truly grateful to have her as a friend. And I think one of the Roots and Narratives family members now.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, a co-host, I would say.
Absolutely.
You know, she stepped in wonderfully. She picked it up perfectly, and the feedback that we've had for her has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate her. Appreciate the team that have supported us through this difficult time. You know, the production team and everyone that's behind the scenes that you guys still haven't met. So hopefully one day we'll see.
Absolutely. And thank you to our audience as well, because me and my family have had beautiful messages, you know, a lot of love, a lot of support from everyone. And I thank you all. And thank you for your understanding and for giving me the space to grieve for my father. So, yeah.
Yeah. So this episode's different in so many ways. We've got an exciting trip coming up.
We do.
And truly excited to announce it here with you guys. We're coming to Iraq.
We are.
So watch this space. See it coming soon.
Yeah, it's got so much is going on in Iraq at the moment for us.
Yep.
And it's a lovely opportunity to be out there and to meet our fans as well.
Yeah, meeting some of our fans, meeting some of our
supporters.
Also doing quite a few interviews out there. And we're going to have some interviews in Arabic.
Yeah, so brush up on your Arabic.
It's going to be a bit of a challenge, but, you know, let's enjoy it whilst we're out there and see how it works out. Inshallah. So, should we talk about the trip?
Yeah, we can do. What would you like to disclose?
That's a very good question. So we are coming out in October, and we're going to be there to interview quite a few guests. We're going to be seeing quite a few sites where we can, visit a couple of museums, and then just see how it works. If you are interested in meeting with us, let us know.
Absolutely. Reach out. You know, you can always DM us. Also, I think we'd be talking to the Iraqi public about Iraq, about the heritage, about the roots and narratives of individuals, and how Iraq has actually improved throughout the years, you know, since our families have left and many people have left due to conflict and other reasons. So it'll be interesting to compare and contrast stories as well.
100%. And it's about us understanding how Iraqis are living as well, because we've been away forever for us. So it's about seeing comparisons. We're looking at potentially, you know, living costs, how things are working in Iraq. A lot of people have asked us, is it worth going back?
Yeah.
So we are going to do a little bit of an investigation, see how it works.
Absolutely. It's quite exciting.
It is. It's going to be an exciting time.
What are you looking forward to the most?
I'm going to be honest. On our itinerary, we've said that we want to visit the
Gates of Ishtar.
I've never seen them, so really excited to
going
do that.
to Babylon.
Yeah. We've got a couple of meetings that we're going to present as well. So looking forward to meet those organizations. Going to go see a charity as well. So really excited about seeing the charity and their site and dealing with the orphans. And we're going to be speaking to some really interesting people.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it is quite exciting. I mean, I can't even pinpoint what I'm excited about, but I mean, a lot has happened this year for us, for the podcast.
Yes.
And we've learned so much through our guests, through people we've spoken to. And that in itself has motivated this, this trip, I guess.
100%.
And so every aspect, I think, of the trip will be valuable, not just to us, but also to our listeners and our viewers.
Yeah, 100%. So I know I don't show that I'm excited, but you don't understand. I'm jumping for joy inside. I really am. Roll on October.
Yeah.
So we are going to be doing a couple of lives.
We will.
And the reason why I'm saying it now is because I'm committing to it. So that you guys please do watch our stories, follow us, share it to your friends. Let's get behind this. I'm really excited to do it.
Yeah. It's going to be difficult, I think, for me, because the last time I was in Iraq was in July. And that was the time where I went to bury my father. So although I am really excited, I think I do have mixed feelings about going back, especially going back to where my father was buried. But yeah, I mean, that's all part of the grief process, I guess.
Yeah, grieving is a very interesting thing because so many people grieve in different ways.
Absolutely.
No two siblings grieve the same way.
No two humans, no two individuals grieve the same way. Everyone experiences it differently. And, some people say it's like waves, grief feels like waves. It can be overwhelming, crashing, and at times it can be calm, But yeah, it is a process.
I will talk a little bit about my grieving process. I mean, I'm very blessed that both my parents are still around.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah wa shukr. But, seeing grandparents pass away or uncles, certain people that I was close to, there are certain times, even I think there's one of my cousins who passed away, there are certain times where you're waiting for that phone call. Because you know that during Eid or Ramadan or a special occasion, that one person's going to call or you're going to call that person, and you go to pick up the phone and you're like, yeah. And it sometimes just hits you where you just stand and pause and you just reflect.
Yeah.
It's a very funny feeling. I don't know how to describe it. Because, I mean, I've read a few books about grieving and they talk about 5 steps of grieving. But I don't believe there's 5 steps. It's because, I mean, my grieving maybe because as a guy, we grieve differently. I don't know.
I don't think that's utterly true, because as humans, we all share the same feelings and emotions. It's how we experience them are differently, I guess. How we are taught as females and males and how we deal with our feelings and emotions differently, especially in the past, where men are not supposed to show their feelings or emotions. And so they learn to suppress. And that's why a lot of people don't cry, because crying is seen as a weakness.
Okay.
Right? And so what tends to happen, and especially with men, they suppress those feelings. They suppress those emotions. They don't want to cry in public, or they don't want to cry because they don't want to be seen as weak. But ultimately, we all, as human beings, share the same kind of feelings and emotions. And I think what happens, the first thing that happens to your brain when you hear of a loss, it gets triggered to fight, flight, or freeze.
Okay.
And so you either scream, shout, run away, cry, shut down completely, collapse, faint, not wanting to talk to anyone. These are all the kind of things that happen to you. The first thing that happens to you, your brain tells you, one of those triggers are going to happen to you. You're either going to fight, or you're going to fly or freeze. And so this is the first thing that happens, and everyone deals with it differently, and everyone's emotions is different. But yeah, coming back to the 5 stages of grief, I think it's a guideline, really. I think people use it as a guideline more than anything, because with grief, it can happen over a long period of time. It's not, okay, I'm bargaining, or I am angry, or, I've reached the point where I've accepted, or any of those 5 stages. Any of them can happen at any given time,
Yeah.
For example, I remember being in the hospital with my father, and I said to myself, I've accepted this. The doctors are saying he's got a week left. I've accepted this, and this is my grieving process. I'm at the last stage. Actually, it wasn't, I was, in my mind, I thought I accepted it, Have I really? When I think back, some points, yeah, sometimes I say, yeah, no, I knew what was coming. I had time to grieve prior to my father passing away. But nothing prepares you. Nothing ever prepares you for that loss of somebody you truly, deeply love. And so, again, I don't know where I am at the moment. Am I avoiding? I don't know. Am I avoiding the grief? I don't know. Have I accepted it? Am I angry? I've never felt angry, to be honest. Deep sadness, yes, definitely. There is deep, deep sadness. Shut down, definitely. But I cannot tell you that I'm going through the 5 stages, because I don't know what those 5 stages look like. And that might happen over time, over years. And with grief, the intensity becomes softer with time, The sadness will ease. But I don't think you'll ever stop grieving for that loved one. I really don't. I think you carry it with you like a heavy metal on your chest, right? And at the beginning, it feels so heavy. But as time goes by, that metal, although it's there and you know it's there and you can feel it's there, this heavy object that's on your chest actually eases with time. And certain things can make you remember, I believe grief is something that touches every fiber in your body.
Wow.
Every fiber in your body feels it. All your senses feel that deep sadness. It's how we deal with it. And the more emotionally intelligent you are, perhaps you can deal with it. Now, the brain works with the unconscious. The brain works with, things that are not in the awareness. But with time, certain smells, certain music, certain outings might trigger that sadness, and it will all come down heavy on you. So it doesn't go away. It's just, and you don't know, and you don't understand it until you're in it, I think. And I think people need to be more kinder when somebody is grieving.
That was a question that I've been really thinking about. How a lot of people are like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. How can I help? And I've felt with people that I've supported whilst grieving. I'll give you a scenario. I went out to one of my cousins' funerals abroad, and I was approached by his family saying that one of his sons hasn't cried. and I was asked, can you speak to him? And I was like, okay, let him be. Sometimes you just have to let the person sink in. It has to sink in because, like you said, fight, flight, avoidance. And so I decided, let me take, some of the family. Let's go out for a coffee. Let's have conversations. And, just start talking the good things, the good things that I remembered about his father, the times that I enjoyed being with my cousin, and how important he was not only to his family but to everyone else. And I told him, and this is some of the crazy things that some people will find out. A lot of people do a lot of great things for people that nobody ever knows.
That's very true.
And once that person passes away, I wouldn't say people come out of the woodworks, but people appear and turn around and say, did you know that this person did this? They achieved this. They helped me through this. And it's so reassuring. I mean, right now I've got goosebumps going down my back. Just thinking of all the scenarios of different people and the stories that I've heard of someone that's passed away and what they've done. And it's really touching. At the same time, when you start having these conversations with their family, it's so reassuring. I was told once that the funeral is not for the person that's passed away, it's for the family. And I totally agree with that.
No, 100%. 100%. I think the funeral is totally for the family. I mean, what do we get when somebody dies? We get left behind, right?
Yeah.
They're at peace, but we are the ones that are picking up the pieces here. So funerals are good ways of expressing our feelings and our emotions. And I think people's support is really, really important. And I think what I'd like to say actually on that is our culture does it beautifully, right? Simple things. When a person dies, the family are expected not to do anything. So people will bring them food, will bring them shopping, will help them out in these kind of ways. The friends will come and clean for you because they want you to actually have your time, to grieve. And our culture does it beautifully, and we experienced that with my father's loss. Every day, people were bringing us food. Members of the family, not the immediate members of the family, but other members of the family were doing the shopping for us. They don't expect us to go out because when you're grieving, you are unable to do anything, especially the first couple of days. And that is so supportive, from the community and individuals as well. People always ask me, what do you say to somebody who is grieving? I say less is more. Just be there. Let them know that you're there for them. Even with a phone call saying, look, I don't expect you to call me back. Or text them saying, I don't expect you to call me back, but I'm going to the shops. Would you like me to pick up something for you? Don't cook tonight. I will bring dinner. Just those small acts of kindness helps so much. And you know what, just let the person know. If you care about the person, just let them know you're there for them without expectations. And the most painful thing is when you minimize the person's pain. That is really, really painful. Telling someone, oh, well, at least he's in a better place, or, oh, he's not suffering anymore. I'm aware that he's not suffering anymore, but I've just lost somebody I love, and it hurts. My heart aches. And you don't want to hear that from people. You don't want to hear that he's in a better place, being a spiritual person, you know he's in a better place, you know. I buried my father. I know where he is. So, you know, just be supportive, be there. Sometimes you just sit in silence with that person, and that's okay. Maybe that person doesn't want to talk. You don't know what's going on through their mind right now, what memories are coming. Let them have their time. And if you really care, just be there and do less. And really watch out what you say, because it can really do more damage than good. You know, I remember people telling me, oh, why are you not eating? Is that what your dad wanted? Well, I'm not eating because I'm grieving. And one of the signs of grief is loss of appetite. Or people be telling me, oh, you've lost so much weight. Well, yes, I've lost my appetite, so I have lost weight because I'm grieving for my father. And I need time. And that's okay. And you know what, Rida? It's okay not to be okay. And I think it's really important for you to tell a friend that, you know what, it's okay not to be okay. But equally, it's important to talk about it. Even if you journal, you don't have to talk to a person. You can go to a therapist, you can journal, talk to a friend. It helps, you know. Take your time, because that's what you need. You need space and time to process what you're going through. It's a very dark journey, and it's a roller coaster. So take your time. And I think the best thing anyone can do for a friend or a family member when they lose somebody is just show kindness.
No, I think what you said is very moving and very correct at the same time. You spoke about the culture and what we do as a community. Recently, we were at a memorial service and we got wind of a person passing away, a big scholar in Iraq.
Yeah.
And I was told his brother's here in the UK. And within 2 hours of him passing away, traditionally what you do is you just go visit the family member, you know, to offer your condolences and just to be there. And, you know, we walk into this room, you know, we went straight to the person's house within 2 hours of his brother passing away. And obviously he's aware that his brother's passed away, but he was just talking to us saying about his medical conditions. He's like, he had no medical conditions. We don't know why. We don't know what happened. It's just so quick. He's the youngest of our brothers.
It's a sudden death.
It's a sudden death. And it's that shock, as in, you know, they were there to, you know, we were there just to be there. Not to do anything.
Yeah.
But, you know, as people were coming in, we're like, if you need anything, you know, and then at the same time, we saw a lot of people coming in. We made space for other people. It's really touching to see how the community sometimes does get together.
It is beautiful.
And I mean, I remember coming to your parents' house when your father passed away, and the only thing that they want to talk about is booking flights.
Yeah.
You know, and we were like, yeah, absolutely. Let me search for flights for you. Let me know what you guys are looking for. You know, and it was just be there.
Yeah.
And having that conversation of, you know, what is the process? Because people are afraid to talk about death sometimes.
Definitely. And I think the best thing you can do is let them lead.
Yeah.
Let them lead, and you are the tail. And so if they want to talk about flights, let them talk about flights. If they want to talk about, you know, watermelons, then let them talk about watermelons. It's a hot summer day, you know. Maybe we should get some watermelons for everybody. Let's do that. And so you always go with what the person who's grieving wants to lead with. And yes, the community comes together beautifully and everything.
Listen, we know there's always going to be a few people that will have their hurtful comments, but I don't think they mean it in an intentionally bad way.
No, not
They
at all.
want people just to get over the grief because they probably haven't dealt with their griefs.
Yes, and
their grieving
sometimes they want to
process.
fix your grief. There's nothing to fix. It's a process that you need to go through, and that's what people need to be aware of. There's nothing to fix. The person is grieving. They're not broken. They don't need fixing. They need time and need space to process. And yeah, you know, it's it's a strange thing to go through, and you don't understand it until you go through it. I think it's very, very, very complicated. Like I said, all your five senses are working intertwined, and your emotions are everywhere, and it's yeah, it's been a journey.
Yeah. Can I maybe ask you a little bit of a personal question? So, you, I'm guessing, as a psychotherapist, have dealt with people that have gone through grief.
Oh yeah.
Okay. How did it feel for yourself initially when it hit? I remember having a conversation where you're like, nothing prepares you for this.
Nothing prepares you.
So all that training that you've had.
No, rather. It's so funny because it feels like you enter a portal when it happens. And what you see is completely different to what you've been talking about. What you experience is something completely phenomenal, to be honest, compared to what you talk about, what you teach, or how you help other people. And I remember sitting in the hospital when my father passed away. And I could see my family grieving. I could see my siblings really hurt. And here I am, the one that always helps others, help people, hold their hand and go through grief with them. I was unable to help anybody, let alone myself. So for a moment, it was like an out-of-body experience where I'm looking down at myself and everybody else, and I'm thinking, whoa, what just happened? That doesn't happen to me. That can't happen to me. I know how to deal with this. But again, nothing prepares you for that moment. So no training. I promise you, no training, no knowledge, none of all that at the time can help you. You just have to experience it. You have to go through it. And so yeah, it's a tough one, especially when this is your profession, right?
Yeah.
It's a tough one. Yeah, it's a really hard one. And you hear people, and I remember people coming to the funerals to tell me, oh, I've lost my parent, oh, I've lost my mom, I lost my dad, I lost my son, my daughter. And I'm looking at them thinking, yes, you have. I just don't know how to help you right this moment because I'm in no position to help anybody. And that's why I took time off work.
Are they asking for help, or are they just trying to show that it's, I wouldn't say it's the norm, but it's something that we're all going to be experiencing because that's the one thing that's guaranteed in life?
I think people are just very avoidant. And self-awareness is not really present in a lot of people.
Are they trying to be relatable?
Maybe, but they're also minimizing your pain.
Okay.
This is why I say to people, don't say it to somebody who's just lost a parent or a loved one. Don't tell them you've been there. Because again, you're minimizing. It's not about you. When you're going to, going to see somebody who's just lost a loved one, don't make it about you. It's not about you. And I remember certain people that came to me and said to me, I have no words. And I know this must hurt a lot, but just know I'm here for you. And I know these certain people that have said that to me have lost someone who's really close to them. Or they would text me saying, don't reply to this message, but no, I'm here for you. But when we start telling people, I've been there, I've done that, it's not about you. In the moment, it's not about you. So don't take that away from the person who's grieving, or don't minimize their pain by telling them you've been there too, And I guess that's right in everything. When someone comes and tells you a problem that they have,
Yeah.
the minute you say, "Oh, I've been there, yeah, I've done," it becomes about you and not the individual who's actually telling you they are suffering something phenomenal. So don't make it about yourself. It's not about you. Just, if you don't know what to say, just don't say anything. That helps more than what you can say.
No, that's great advice for anybody. It's
Mm,
something for us to pay attention to.
yeah.
Fortunately, the subconscious mind sometimes just takes over, and
Mm,
you want to feel relative to that
mm,
person. You want to like, oh yeah, I've been there, I've done that. Not in the kindest of ways, but
mm,
with the right intentions.
mm.
Sometimes, unfortunately, we say the wrong things.
Yeah.
We are human. We all make
Absolutely, and that's what
mistakes,
I'm
and
saying. The awareness,
yeah,
the mind.
bringing it back to the conscious mind when you're going
Absolutely.
into somebody's funeral, when you're going to somebody that's just passed away, that grievance process, and allowing that person time.
Yeah, time. Yeah, time is a funny thing.
Yeah, the question is how long.
Mm. Look, with grief, there is no time.
Mm,
Like I said to you, it can be a year, can be two, it can take as long as it wants. Allow it. It
mm,
never goes away. You know, like I said, one thing can remind you of a lot of things. One act of kindness from somebody reminds you of, my father was really kind. He used to do that for people. One song, one verse of the Quran that
mm,
my father used to recite all the time. Every time I hear it now, my heart aches
mm.
because I miss him. And there's no words to describe how much I miss my father. And as a spiritual person, I know and I'm aware that he's in a better place. But I don't know how long, or I don't know if I'm ever going to stop missing him. He's left a big, big, big hole in my heart. And yeah, this heaviness, like every time I talk about him, and I know it's been 2 months, but it's still early days, right? So this heaviness is still there, very, very present. And even coming on today, it's not been an easy thing. Um, and there's so much to talk about grief. There's so much to talk about, what to do and what not to do. But really and truly, it's not easy. Well, it's really not easy. And I appreciate being here today. I really do. And getting back into work slowly. Because that's also something my father wished for me to do. My father always told me to get on with life.
Mm.
And somebody asked me recently about wearing black. And traditionally we wear black 40 days to a year,
Yeah.
especially when it's someone really close to us. That's in our culture. My father's last wish was not to wear black. He said 7 days, no more, no
Wow.
more than 7 days. And
Have
I've
you
been,
have you adhered to it?
I've been contemplating taking it off and not taking it off. And if I take it off, what does it mean for me? I said to somebody recently, if I take it off, it feels like I'm taking part of him off. Although my father hated the color black, he never ever encouraged anyone to wear black. And he did ask us not to wear black when he passes away. But by wearing black, I feel like I'm holding on to him,
Mm.
even though it's not his color, you know?
Interesting.
And so, yeah.
I guess black is a grieving color. I mean, in certain cultures.
Yeah, no, it is.
So in traditional Arab cultures, black is a grieving color. It's a time for mourning.
Mm,
It's holding on to something sad.
yeah.
Um, and I mean, I know my mother and other people and other family who've worn black for a whole year for when
Mm,
their parents passed away, when my grandparents passed away. And I've seen certain people just take it off straight away, but you can still see that they're grieving.
Oh yeah.
A color doesn't distinguish a person that's grieving or not. But at the same time, I mean, listen, I'm a bit like your father. I really do not like the color black.
But by the way, nor do I.
Interesting.
Black is not a color that I would wear like the way I'm wearing it now. Definitely not. You know, maybe an evening dress or something. You know, that's different.
Yes.
But wearing black for this amount of time, I've never ever done it, and I never thought I will. But again, I go back to the point where I feel like taking it off is taking part of him off. And that's the kind of thing I'm conflicted with at the moment, knowing that my dad did not. Part of me feels like I'm betraying his last will. You know, he asked us not to wear black. Yeah, I'm still wearing black. Maybe I'm afraid to take it off. Maybe there's a certain guilt. If I take it off, then it means I'm not sad anymore. So there, again, you know, guilt is one of those
grieving processes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And in everything, like sometimes, you know, you wake up in the morning and you see something funny, you start laughing, and then something hits you. Like, oh, why am I laughing like this? And, you know, I've just lost my father. And that's normal, and that's okay to feel that way. It's just, like you said, it's part of the process. So yeah, maybe in the episodes to come, you will see me in a different color, but I think for now I'm more okay with black.
At the end of the day, it's whatever makes you feel comfortable. You know, nobody has the right to suggest what you should or shouldn't wear.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know traditionally, and this is something that I've seen over the years when people pass away, that when somebody is mourning, especially after a year, their family come together and they give them gifts of clothing, colored clothing, and they expect them to go get changed into that clothing while everyone's around, and just to change the color of the person's clothes. I experienced it when I was in Iraq when my granddad passed away. So I didn't attend the funeral. Unfortunately, I couldn't leave the UK. He passed away in Iraq. So I went there for the 40th memorial service.
Okay.
And so for those 40 days, my uncles, who were his sons, they didn't shave, they didn't trim their hair. They were in a state of mourning. Okay. And then when we went over, so we done the memorial service, and then one of my auntie's husbands had invited the whole family together, just the men's side of the family. The women were in a separate house, and he had brought a barber to the house. And it was for his sons to all have their first trim, shave, haircut, and the whole family were together. And it was done, I mean, it was very eye-opening for me, because it was their way of being supportive, not to say shed away the tears or it's over, but it's the respect that you had for your dad, where you didn't shave, where you were in a state of mourning. It's now the family's here for you, and the bigger family, all of the cousins and, you know, the great uncles and the uncles, and everyone got together in this process where we were invited to a dinner. Yeah, and although I was a grandchild, they were like, come have a haircut. And I'm like, I'm okay. I didn't quite understand it. This is, you know, Iraq, you know, at the end of the day, there were certain processes I've never seen. And they were like, no, come have a shave. You know, it's, your uncles have gone, you know, they've had their shave, and now it's for the grandkids to have a go. And it was, okay, that acceptance of this mourning process. It's there are certain traditions,
Mm.
cultural traditions, not religious. It's just
No,
cultural
it's just cultural,
traditions.
yeah.
And there are certain things that Iraqis do. I mean, I went into a funeral in Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
This was straight after the Saqut. And they were giving out cigarettes.
Oh, yeah. I
And
remember as a child going to funerals where they bring a tray with
tray of
cigarette, different
different
types.
brands of
Yeah, different
cigarettes, and
brands.
everyone was, because Iraqi smoke quite a bit.
Yeah.
I believe they've cut down a bit now, but
Well, there's vaping now.
yeah, yeah. And people were coming in and they were giving out trays of cigarettes.
Mm.
And we went into a church in
Okay.
Baghdad,
Mm.
and the Muslims were coming and saying Al-Fatiha, and the Christians were going with the cross, and it was so inclusive.
Mm.
And it was so lovely to see. It was one of my uncle's best friends. His father passed away.
Mm.
Just seeing different people grieving in different ways, different mourning processes, different funeral processes at the same time. So respectful of each other. It was so beautiful to see. To be honest, I don't even know where I'm leading with this, but it's just...
But again, it comes back to the community coming together.
Yeah.
And in Iraq, because we've got so many different communities, everyone comes together. And it's so beautiful, regardless of religion, sector, whatever you follow, you all come together for the family, to help the family grieve. And that is beautiful. You went into a church, you're a Muslim, you went to a church, but that's okay, because that's who Iraqis are.
Yeah,
we are
absolutely.
all one.
Yeah, 100%.
We don't classify ourselves by our religion or our sector or whatever. We are all just Iraqis, and when we need to get together, we get together. And yeah, so the beauty of community, tradition, and just the holiness of Iraqis all in one.
Going back to the Iraqi trip, one of the places that I'm anxious and excited to see is the graveyard in Najaf.
Okay.
I've got all of my grandparents are buried there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Both sides of the family. We've got several different graveyards over there. I've got uncles passed away there. And to see that vast graveyard, the biggest graveyard in the world.
It's like endless, right?
Endless. I mean, when
you can go on the roof and just you could just look out to the horizon and it's just graves.
Yeah. And it's just, they've got these streets that are going between graves and people walking across and people constantly visiting the graves, and
Is
just...
it Wadi Salam?
Wadi Salam, that's
right.
it. And as far as I can see, and I have a lot of respect for the people that, visit their family, because a lot of people want to visit their family weekly, daily, some go annually. And it's, everyone grieves in different ways, exactly like we've said. People go and Eid, to celebrate with their loved ones at the graveyard. It's so nice to see, but I mean,
there's a reason why we're going in October, remember?
Yeah.
For me, it's very important to be there in October. And yeah, and I think it's not just the people go to see or to pay respect to the dead, but also passers-by. Passers-by will just read the Fatiha for whoever's there, whether they know them or they don't.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of people want to be buried back home. They tell you, even if the family get busy, we'll still receive prayers from passers-by. And that's just beautiful.
Wow, what a conversation.
Yeah, my God. So Iraq, here we come.
Iraq, roll on Iraq.
Oh, there's so much to do, so much to see, so many people to talk to,
So many things to organize.
so much to organize.
Cameras, microphones.
All of that, yeah, all of that. I think our team is amazing anyway. They're helping us with all of that.
Yeah, so, shout out to the studio
Absolutely.
and the team. They're going to give us some cameras and microphones, and we're going to come out to really excited to do this. Really excited to do this.
And I think if our viewers or listeners want to see a particular thing or want to hear a particular story, do reach out.
Yeah.
Tell us what you want us to do out in Iraq. What are you looking for?
Yeah, 100%. What do you want us to see? I mean, I know we can't see everything that you're going to request, but is there any particular question, standards of living, lifestyle, electricity issues? We can document everything, but we are going to be documenting
with limits.
Of course,
We do have limits to how much we can document.
No,
anyway.
no, of course. I mean, there are certain constraints. We have to be aware of the local cultural requirements and respect local communities. We totally understand that, and that's something that we're very conscious of.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's one of there's a lot that we're gonna do. But if there's any particular question that you want us to ask whilst we're out there, we do intend to see a couple of orphanages. We do intend to see quite a bit of the community in the sense that, visit Baghdad especially, and go to the graveyards and see a couple of the holy shrines whilst we're out there. Gates of Ishtar, give a couple of lectures whilst we're out there. So
we do have a busy schedule.
We do have a busy schedule.
But it would be nice to fit in whatever you guys want us to do as well. We are happy to.
Absolutely. And please, 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 if you do reach out to us and say that you want to meet us and we are busy, please do not be offended.
Yeah.
We honestly have a very tight itinerary. We are there for a short period of time. And we have a lot to do because we want to fit in a lot for our guests. We've got a lot of guests to see. There are so many phenomenal Iraqis in Iraq who have achieved so
amazing
many great
stuff.
things.
Yeah, absolutely. And we want to bring the stories to you guys.
Yeah.
Because not just for us, but for the world.
100%.
To experience through us what Iraq is going through at the moment. I think that's really important, right?
Yeah.
And so please don't be upset if we don't reach out, but we hope to see as many of you as possible and talk to as many of you as possible.
Yeah.
So
an exciting time to come.
Absolutely.
I'm just thinking about all the guests. So one of the reasons why we have actually been asked this a few times, why do we do the podcast in English and not in Arabic? So what me and Naba have discussed in the past is that there isn't a podcast talking about Iraq in English.
That's correct, yeah.
And it's for the wider audience. We've got audience all over the world.
We do.
The podcast has grown so beautifully over the last
8 months. We've only done this for 8 months.
8 months, yeah. And thank you to all of our followers. Thank you to all of our guests.
Yeah, everyone's been amazing.
It's been
our little family, the Roots and Narrative family.
Yeah.
It's been lovely as our family grows.
Yes.
We're growing. So thank you. So what an episode it's been today, huh?
Yeah, it's a slightly different episode, but I've really enjoyed that conversation.
Likewise. It's been a heavy one for me, I have to admit. I don't think I was ready for it, but I think it had to be done. And thank you for giving me the space to talk.
No, 100%, and the space is all yours.
Thank you.
For our listeners, I just want to ask a question to you. If there's any topics that you want us to have a discussion about, because not only do we record the podcast where we have guests, we are looking at creating discussions and topics. People have asked us in the past, can we talk about certain things? And grieving has come up several times.
Yeah.
And I think it just came at the right time for us to talk about it today. If you feel that you want us to talk about a certain topic, please let us know.
Yeah.
reach out to us. We love the interactions. We love the comments. So please do leave as many comments as you like.
Yeah.
Also, please like, share, and subscribe. It's so important for us to grow this platform. We want it to be something unique, something special, and we want you on the journey with us.
Yeah, absolutely. And we really appreciate everything that we've received so far from our viewers and our listeners and all the support. But just press that button and subscribe and you'll always hear from us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rida.
Good luck.